Alright, so this show got much busier today than it was on preview night the night before. Hard to move around. I can't even imagine what the weekend will be like. But nonetheless, that just means more like-minded people enjoying the hobby. The hobby is healthy. So I head over to Tim Payne's table. He has an awesome booth. I bought a couple cards from him in Strongsville, including the Rogers Hornsby card that I purchased. To me, he's got one of the best displays at any show that he attends. He is a top-tier dealer for sure. Super great guy. Really fair prices. You can see that Mel Ott that I love there, that 33 Gaudi up just passed. Got some Diamond Star cards, 38 Gaudi heads-up cards. He's got everything from pre-war. Look at those DiMaggios, jeez. Those are just taunting me there. He's got everything from pre-war to, not modern, but, probably 70s. Wide variety. Got a couple of 41 DiMaggios there. Beautiful. Has some 53 tops. Look at those 52 tops. Look at those Willie Mays on the left. How about the Campanella? That's a big card. There is his card again. Again, a great booth in the secondary room, the one to the left when you walk in, if you'll be attending the show. Now, his Warren Spahn there, love that card so much. Oh, I love that card. That 8 is out of my price range, but I sure as heck like it. You got some Red Hearts, you got there's, some Hank Aaron rookies, Al Kaline rookies, and then it looks like he has a Ernie Banks rookie as well, just like me. And we've got some 55s. How about some Harmon Killebrew rookies, Sandy Koufax, some beautiful Jackie Robinsons there, some Bowmans as well. And so as I was looking at the table, I was hanging out with my dad, and we start looking at the 57 case. And he's got a couple 57s on his list, including a Willie Mays, a Mickey Mantle. He's got a few cards he's looking at. He ended up buying a Don Drysdale rookie, 57 tops today. Here's some 58s. But the Willie Mays in the SGC 5.5 that we passed, he was definitely interested in. So we decided to take a closer look at it. And here it is. I'm holding it now. He's asking 500, which is pretty fair for a well-centered 57 tops. Those cards are really tough to find centered. A lot of them have a lot of snowing on them. This is a super clear image and really well-centered in the 5.5. So we're kind of looking at it and going back and forth about a strategy. So we said, well, maybe trying to get Tim's attention. He was so busy, and rightfully so. So kind of coming up with a strategy on how to approach it.
Hey, Tim, 450?
Right 470.
So Tim is fair, and he does come down on his price some usually, but then when he says 470, he means 470. So my dad bought it, and I think it was a great buy. It's a beautiful card. So that's an awesome addition to his collection. Got some 69 cards. I love the Clemente there. You got some Tom Seaver rookies. Rod Carew. And we're into the 60s now, late 60s. The story of the day was kind of museums. I really enjoyed looking at some things like this display of the Cracker Jack cards. How amazing is that? Eddie Plank, and I mean, you got Joe Jacksons and Ty Cobbs, and it was a cool display they had set up here. A lot of the Hall of Famers are displayed at this one. You got that Tinker. This was an amazing piece. Very, very few of these exist. But that is a Shoeless Joe Jackson autograph by Shoeless Joe, not by his wife, who signed a lot of his documents. That was pretty incredible, as was the asking price. There's a Babe Ruth autograph in the shadow of that document. And it's just amazing, some of the auction house displays that are up. I just had to share some of them. How about that? A John F. Kennedy autograph on a baseball. Well, in the meantime, I made my first pickup. I bought an M101-4 Roger Peckinpah, a PSA 5. So this set is well known for having a pretty important Babe Ruth card. And I picked this up for $125 in a PSA 5. And this, speaking of museums, was the most amazing collection that I will ever see. This is a viewer of the channel named Dave. We were able to hang out and talk for quite a while. And he showed me, I mean, look at these cards. Christy Mathewson Crackerjack in an 8. Ty Cobb in an 8. It's insane, his collection. He said these cards are pretty much always in a safety deposit box, but I was thankful they weren't today because he let me look at them and hold them. How about a Ramley in a 10? How many Ramleys and 10s are you going to find? Sure, it's not a Hall of Famer, but it's a 10 and it's a Ramley. And, oh yeah, by the way, he had this amazing Red Heart Mickey Mantle in an 8.5. This collection is worth multiple millions. How about a Cap Anson in a 7? This is one of my favorite sets. This is before 1900. This is 1880s. Incredible. You can just hear me in awe there. Stan Musial Leaf rookie card in an 8. And it's stunning. And he literally was walking around with this collection. And he let me look at it, and we talked for quite a while. We got to talk a little bit more at the YouTube party. Wonderful guy, and had a great time. Honored that he let me feature his collection. Some of these auction houses had some incredible stuff, like, again, more Babe Ruth autographs. That's a Lou Gehrig U.S. Tour uniform. You can see the U.S. on there. Incredible piece there. They had a Nap Lajoie 33 Gaudi in a PSA 9. That would be one of the most expensive cards in the building, I would assume. Not going to see many of those in your lifetime. I got to lay eyes on it today. Had some high-grade Cobbs and Lajoies and just amazing stuff. And look at these Gaudi Gehrigs, and just insane. This is Memory Lane again with this whole display. So I'm seeing Memory Lane collections, but that collection of my guy Dave, that was the highlight of the day for me. How about this at the Memory Lane auction? Got some mantles, and yeah, they're not quite as nice as my guys, which is unbelievable. I still can't believe I saw those cards. But again, high grade stuff here at Memory Lane on display for upcoming auctions. But I wasn't done buying. I went over to Sports World booth 239, kind of near the PSA booth. And this was, in my opinion, the best display of T206 cards at the whole show. And I told Andy that, the dealer, and I really looked closely at quite a few of the cards he had. And I decided to make a absolutely massive purchase for me. One of the cards that you don't see in the case you don't see because it's out and I'm holding it and I bought it. We'll take a look at it here in just a second. But just awesome stuff at this booth. Again, if you're a T206 collector, you definitely want to head over here. You got those Walter Johnsons, you got Ty Cobbs, you got an Addie Joss and an Appalachia, and unreal. So I bought a T206 Walter Johnson in an SGC3, and I love it. I paid $2,500 for it. It's probably a little over comps, but if you're truly buying the card and not the grade, this is worth a lot more than a 3 because I think that it's much better than a 3. It probably comps, maybe 2,300 or so. So paying 2,500, I had no problem doing when it has centering like that and the eye appeal, insane. The biggest purchase of my life by a lot. Over the card that I bought yesterday, the Banks. The 2 biggest purchases I've ever made. Again, this is a last look at that booth, but you'll want to check it out if you are attending the show. Again, museums and eye appeal and incredible artwork all over the place at the National on day 2. And these are stunning. And I had an amazing day.